Hello everybody, my name is Janet Ravel Orr, and yes, I'm the CEO and founder of Foreave Stars International and the producer of the Mini Woodstock Festival. I thought it was time that I talked to you people all out there, our viewers in Santa Barbara, and I want to say thank you very much for your attention over the last year. It's been a lot of fun. This has been a dream of mine since 1978. Long before that, I've always been a performer, written stories, made characters up, and I am Janet. And then many people wrote to me and said, well, who's Janet? So I just thought I'd let you know that this is Janet. I'm me right now. Lucy Looker is one of my characters. She's the reporter that I brought out to report on all the Foreave Stars International. Tutu, as you all know, if you've been watching the show, she works with the young artists, entrepreneurs who have dreams for their future. And then there's Ravel, who I brought out of the UK bands, including Co-op, as the world's first metal rock motoring superstar. She's a singer, songwriter, and married Dan Orr, musician, and they both brought two beautiful children into the world, Arthur Orr and Idonna Rose Orr. And that was the dream that I wanted. I wanted to live the life as a rock and roll star, but I didn't want to have to lose Janet, which is myself. So I created myself out of Ravel, Foreman, and a lads band in the United Kingdom, and produced the record and starred as Ravel all around England and Europe and Australia, and was like an underground movement that I put together for everybody to enjoy, hopefully, that you are out there, an entertaining show. Well, I'm here today because I wanted to let my family know all around the world that yes, Janet still does exist and she still is alive. And of course, she sits in the background and she does everything to keep the whole Foreave Stars International Cooperative together. That's what Janet does. That's what I do. Once again, thank you so much, everybody. And any of you musicians, performers, actors, entrepreneurs, please, give Janet a call, give Janet an email, give us a call. Let us put you on the show. Let everybody out there see how talented you are, so that you can enjoy your life as an entrepreneur and an individual artist. So I'm going to sign off right now. Hope you do enjoy this month's Mini Woodstock Festival, and keep watching, everybody, okay? All right, bye-bye for now from Goleta in California at the Dream Machine USA. Bye-bye for now. Hey everybody, you're at the Mini Woodstock Festival in Santa Barbara, California. Yes, this is the show where Foreave Stars International shine. It's for entrepreneurs in the entertainment field. And tonight we have some great guests for you, so keep tuned. Here we go at the Dream Machine USA, telling you, lift your glasses, get all your hors d'oeuvres ready, because we're gonna have fun tonight. You're at the Dream Machine USA at ABG Studios and our TV studios, Mini Woodstock Festival. So join us, have fun tonight. We've got some great guests for you. Yay! Keep tuned, everybody.
And here's Lucy Looker, yeah. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Mini Woodstock Festival TVSB show. Yes, I have a great guest for you today. This is Lucy Looker talking to you and coming from the Mini Woodstock Festival TV studios. And as I said, I have a great guest for you. So get your drinks. They may not be alcoholic. Get your hors d'oeuvres, sit down, and get ready for a great Mini Woodstock Festival. Don't adjust your TV sets and watch us for a whole hour. Lucy Looker here, reporter for the Foreave Stars International. And I have a wonderful guest with me today. Yes, she's from the US bands, including Cooperative, and her life is amazing. She's going to tell you all about herself. She's got a book. Anyway, let me introduce you to Jackie Ruka.
Yes.
Did I say your name correctly?
Yes, you did, yeah.
Jackie Ruka, and she's an author. So Jackie, give me your hand, darling. It's lovely that you made it because she's a very, very busy lady. Aren't we all in 2014? Oh my gosh. So Jackie, I know your book's coming out June 23rd. You actually have a day?
24th.
Oh, June. Oh, that's
Tuesday
nice.
the 24th.
Yeah, and 2014. So
Yeah, right after solstice.
well, I know, and I want to hear all about you, Jackie.
Okay.
I know that you said you've been in Santa Barbara for 3 years.
Yeah, not
So
long.
Tell us all about yourself, where you were born, your family.
Oh gosh.
Jackie Ruka, everybody, author.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. I'm a right brain girl who was born in a left brain world. What can I say?
Wow.
I grew up in New York. I come from a family of a mom who's very creative and a dad who was a banker. So that's where the whole, right brain, left brain, the dinner table, there was a lot of, interesting conversations. And I'm an artist, I'm a painter. So a lot of my passion started very young as a painter, and I just was thrown into art classes, and I actually became an entrepreneur really early in life because my mom is an entrepreneur. So I started painting sweatshirts when I was around 16, and I had a summer that I had nothing to do. I couldn't find a job that summer, and my mom refused to let me, be at home doing nothing or just going to the beach, because I grew up at the Jersey Shore when we moved from New York, and I started doing what I liked to do anyway, painting, but my dad went into New York every day for work.
Wow.
And he came home one day with a huge stack of sweatshirts that he bought wholesale on Christopher Street and down in Manhattan. And I just went to town and just started painting every single day. I was just painting on these sweatshirts, and I didn't know what I was going to do with these sweatshirts. I just put them back in the bag. And, as teenagers do, I would sleep every morning till, noon. And
They shouldn't start school so early for children. I've always thought that. I mean, children, teenagers sleep till noon. Why not start school afternoon?
It doesn't work well with our hormones, as they're changing. So one morning my mom, came rushing into my room on a Saturday morning. I was sound asleep, and she threw all this money on my bed. And I woke up and there's all this money on my bed. I'm like, what is this? She goes, well, while you were sleeping, I took all your sweatshirts to the hair salon, and they fell in love with your sweatshirts, and I sold them for, $25 a pop, and I was, $300 richer that day. Wow. And I ended up getting more and more people requesting my artwork on sweatshirts. And then I was taking custom orders.
Oh, you're amazing, a young entrepreneur. So that reminds me what Janet, as you know, I'm Lucy Looker right now, but Janet used to sell tickets to her backyard, and I'm still doing it, my backyard festivals.
Oh, how fun.
I did. I used to sell tickets to the neighborhood and their parents, and they would all come and sit on benches and everything. And
oh, funny.
I had different sections in the garden. There would be different things people could do. Bobbing with get the penny out.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
And then there was a show. Then I had like a little stage and a curtains and everything. And there was a show. I did all that.
That is so fun.
When I was in England, so I was doing the same thing. Isn't
yes.
that funny? We're all entrepreneurs, really, but
Turned on by psychology and art, and then I married the two subjects into what's known as art therapy, and I went to graduate school and I became an art therapist, and then I helped people who were having difficulty expressing themselves to express themselves through the arts. So I specialized in art, but I also was trained in movement and music therapy.
wow.
And so,
wonderful.
yeah, so people, you know, either whether it was an autistic child or even an adult who was really depressed and just didn't know how to express themselves, we would use the creative arts to get out what was happening with them internally on paper. And then what happens on paper is actually what is going on in our unconscious mind. Wow. So as a therapist, I'm able to interpret what's happening on an unconscious level that you could be either missing or is blocking something from reaching your consciousness. And through getting this out in the open, we're able to then talk about it and express what's really going on an unconscious level that could be holding you back from moving forward in your life.
Oh, that's really incredible, because it brings me back to thinking when I first came to Santa Barbara and I started the Foreave Stars International. And, you know, you can look at the picture before you go, but that where it says Foreave USA Investments over there, I did that and just doodling, just and you know, what I was doing, I can see it now, because that was like back in, as I say, between about 78 to about 84 or something like that, I created that. And you know what I was doing? I was doing the plan for the whole of the idea of the Foreave Stars International. And sometimes, you know, when I look at that, I can see what my subconscious was putting down on this canvas. And it's now, as the time's gone on, there it is. And now I'm doing the TV show. And it's exactly everything that I had subconsciously put together in my head.
Everything you put...
That's amazing.
It is amazing, because everything you usually put down on paper, there's a reason for it. And usually, in most cases, when you put something down on paper, whether it's a goal or a name or a logo or whatever it might be, in most cases, it usually manifests into reality. So that's why, you know, you hear in business schools or you hear in, you know, college or whatever, that it's really good to have your goals, and that's great, but it's really important to write them down and keep them next to your bed, because you don't want to keep them so tight in your subconscious. You want to allow for the universe to understand what your goals are, because then the universe can work with you to make all of that happen, whatever it might be. And then next thing you know, you meet that person who's able to help you create that logo, or you meet that TV station that, you know, you can bring forth your vision. And it becomes so much more clear, and developing clarity helps you to project your vision into the future of your potential self.
Yes.
And so that is part of how I ended up moving from the East Coast to the West Coast. So I left the East Coast.
Wow.
I worked in psychiatry for many years, helping people. And I realized that that chapter of my life was over. It was now time to go on to the next happiness journey. So my next happiness journey, I'd always wanted to live in California. Who hasn't? And I came to California, and I only knew one person. I didn't know anybody. I just packed up everything, quit my job as a psychotherapist, walked away from my career, drove across country by myself. I literally fell into the corporate world, and I excelled, which was,
wow,
and that's what I mean when I said I'm a right brain girl who fell into a left brain world, because I really was not, in my mind, thinking that my left brain had the ability to do this whole business, you know, concept. So I just kept excelling, and I was in the rat race.
Of course.
I was in this rat race of commuting and helping and doing, and not really enjoying the moment.
Right.
So the universe kept throwing all these wacky things. My company car kept breaking down on me. And I was really internalizing a lot of this stress, because I was making a good living. I was living in a beautiful place. I had a wonderful family and friends, and I had all the makings of what looked like a very happy life. But I was very busy trying to, you know, satisfy and please people and reach these huge $6 million goals every quarter, and all these things that really was not my original purpose or calling. So on one fateful day, my car literally conked out on me while I was driving down a hill, and I had no control over the car. I just had no control. And that's when you start in your mind thinking, did I live enough? Did I laugh enough? Did I love enough? And did I accomplish the things in this world that I was meant to be doing? And thinking, this is not really how I want it to end.
Right.
So luckily, the car just kind of had a mind of its own. It just rolled down this hill through a green light, and it stopped.
Wow.
And it stopped in front of a furniture store that had 2 8-foot Buddhas looking down on my car. And I'm looking over these Buddhas, and I'm like, I got the message now. Yeah. It's time to, you know,
slow down.
Time to slow down and time to redirect where I'm going. And so I literally had to walk away from, at probably the worst time, because this is when we are, you know, we're going through this, you know, these complex global changes. And this was just a year and a half ago that all of this happened, and probably the worst time to be walking away from a 6-figure career. But I had to, in order to save my own life, because one, my body basically also broke down while my car was breaking down, and I kept ignoring all this pain that I had in my body and in my back. So I ended up bedridden for about 6 months. You know, I overcame that, because when there are breakdowns, there are breakthroughs.
Yes, there are. Definitely.
So I basically learned that my body was trying to tell me something, and that it was now time for me to follow my true calling, which was always to help other people.
Right.
But also I recognized that I had so much tool in my toolbox that I had been utilizing as a therapist with patients, that I decided I needed to put all these tools in a book, because it was those same tools that got me through my own obstacle with chronic pain and overcoming, you know, walking away from a lifestyle that was a very comfort lifestyle to now step outside of my comfort zone. So then I birthed this book, Get Happy and Create a Kick Butt Life.
If we all just realize that to be happy is to be with happy people, and to be with happy people, we encourage each other, inspire each other, which is what your book, in your website. I went in there and I got stuck in there for a while. It was really nice. If you really are feeling bummed out, really, you know, go into Jackie's website and just really encourage yourself. And that's what I think your website is about, and I'm sure your book is too.
Yeah, it is
encouraging people.
Yeah, it's about empowering yourself,
right,
and not ever giving up on your dream, and not putting your dream on the back burner, because some people get so caught up in the sparkliness and distractions of life that they end up not really following their dream.
They're following somebody else's. Maybe they got married and then they got their kids and all that, but I always constantly tried to put it all together. I'm so happy that you came to see us, and I hope you'll come back.
Thank you for having
after the
me.
book is out and you've got more things to tell us.
Yes.
I hope you'll come back, Jackie.
I would love to.
It's
Thank
been
you.
wonderful, and everybody get her book and be happy. And meanwhile, you know what's next, everybody? It's Tutu Time. So Lucy Luca reporting from Foreave Stars International saying bye-bye for now, and we'll see you next month, and stay on TVSB because Tutu's coming. Bye-bye, Jackie. Thank you so much, hon. Oh, I just received a text. Oh my goodness, you got me with my hair all in rollers. Anyway, I'm excited because Tutu Time is about to happen, everybody. So all the boys and girls, get ready. It's Tutu Time. It's Tutu Time. It's Tutu Time for the young stars of Foreave. Tell me your goals, tell me your dreams. Tutu Time. Tell me your goals, tell me your dreams at Tutu Time. It's Tutu Time and she loves you. Yeah, 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 it's Tutu Time and she loves you. Yeah. Tell me your goals, tell me your dreams. You're the young stars of Foreave. Tutu Time, Tutu Time. It's Tutu Time. Here we are at Tutu Time. I've got a great stuff for everybody, so keep watching. You're at TVSB, Channel 17. Yes, it's one of those wonderful triplets again, the Metcalf family, and we have Travis. Travis Metcalf. So Travis, what's been going on in your life?
Tiger Cubs.
Oh, Tiger Cubs. So tell us all about Tiger Cubs.
Well, it's a kind of Boy Scout, but you're really young.
It's kind of, I didn't
It's
get
a type
that.
of Boy Scout, but you have to be in first grade.
Oh, it's like a Boy Scout, but you have to be in first grade. So is that sort of like Skylar goes to Brownies, right? Girls
Yep.
go to Brownies, and you have Tiger Cubs?
Yep.
Wow, he goes to Tiger Cubs. Any Tiger Cubs out there? Say, any Tiger Cubs out
Any Tiger Cubs out there?
there? What do you say? Is there a motto? Is there some kind of motto you say in Tiger Cubs?
Yep.
What is it? Tell them.
Be your best. Do your best. Do your best. Do your best. Do your best.
Okay, so Tiger Cubs have to do their best. That's heavy. Is that hard? Is that hard to do your best all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bet. Woo, Tutu would find that very hard. Do your best, but you're doing good at it, are you?
Yep.
What else do you do at Tiger Cubs then?
We go on a full moon night hike.
Oh, a full moon night hike? Wow. Does the den leader come with you?
Yep.
And who's the den leader?
Daddy.
Your dad is the den leader, isn't he? That's fantastic. Yes, Tim Metcalf. That's your dad. He's the den leader, huh?
Yep.
Do you like having your dad there, taking you on night hikes?
Yeah.
That must be fun, huh?
Well, and also, sometime we're going to camp out.
You are?
Yeah.
Are you, what, out in the woods or something?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's going to be exciting. Oh, my goodness. Do you think you'll be able to come back and tell us about that when it happens?
Yep.
Oh, my.
But when you're really, really old, like 16, then you have to bring rope and supplies and then go out by yourself and then make a fort out of sticks and that rope and then camp out by yourself.
Wow. When you're old and very old at 16, you have to do that, don't you?
Yep.
Wow, because then you're allowed, right?
Yep.
You can go by yourself. Wow. Are you looking forward to when you're 16 then?
Yep.
Wow. Won't be scared?
Nope.
Nope. Not scared at all, huh?
No.
Wow.
But a little wincy tiny bit.
A little wincy tiny bit? Yeah, kind of would be scary
Tutu
right
Time.
now, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Tutu
Well, when you're
time.
old, very, very old, at
It's
16, you
Tutu
can do that. Yay! Let's say bye-bye to everybody, eh?
Bye-bye.
Welcome back to Tutu Time. Do not adjust your TV sets now. I have a wonderful guest today. Oh my goodness, a beautiful young lady. She goes to Dos Publius High School, and she's going to tell us all about herself. She has a great star name, I think, Linda Henry. How you doing? And welcome to Tutu Time, Linda.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you're a musician. I know you're in band at Dos Publius High School, and you play the clarinet. So tell us all about it. Why the clarinet? Why music? You tell us all about yourself, Linda.
Well, actually, it started when I was really young. When I was born, like less than a year old, I used to sing myself to sleep, and my grandmother would listen outside the door. And I actually kind of remember hearing the sounds of like a symphony inside my head when I was younger.
Just a little bit more. So your parents said you started at such a young age. So when did you remember that you really wanted to be a musician?
Well, for a while, I took piano lessons, and
Oh, you
that's where
did?
it started. My parents wanted me to, and I feel like that was a good way to start, but I wasn't very into it in the piano, and I felt like eventually I ended up quitting, and then I picked up the clarinet, and that's when I realized how much I loved it, and I instantly fell in love with the instrument, and I enjoyed playing it.
Oh, that's wonderful. I know that the mini Woodstock Festival, we had a clarinet player on in October. If ever you get a chance to watch that, he was wonderful, Jose, and he was and he's a senior, and he's still doing it. He just loves it so much. So I can imagine that it really got a hold of you, the clarinet.
It did.
Yes, and so this is what you do at Dos Pablos High School?
Yes, I'm in the marching band, and that's a great experience in and of itself, and I enjoyed that so much. I've met so many great people through it, and actually I joined the band in junior high, and I've known people for 6 years now from there, and I've been really close to them. So the people you know through music, they really become lifelong friends.
Sort of like a family, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
That's so wonderful, I know. So tell me, in regards to school, is there any other passion that you have? I know you have the music passion, but is there anything else that you enjoy about school that you're thinking about when you leave school?
Yes, actually I'm really into art. I do a lot of art, and I've taken a lot of art classes. And yeah, that's just been a really great experience in high school too. But I'm entering college next year as a biology major.
Oh, a biology major. Does that mean that we'll have a doctor out here or something?
Possibly.
A doctor or a scientist or a pharmacist?
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. So tell us a little bit about your family, Linda. You know, you have parents, of course. So tell it. You were saying your parents listened to you as a child. Tell us, do you have brothers, sisters? Tell us about that.
Yes, I have a brother, and he's a musician too. He plays the saxophone.
Oh my goodness. And
Yeah.
he's older or younger?
He's older.
Oh.
He's in college right now. And he plays the saxophone, and he's amazing. He's been in a lot of competitions. He's gotten first place in certain things and gotten scholarships, and I really look up to him.
What is his name?
Daniel.
Daniel Henry. So we better listen for these last name Henrys.
Another star name.
Yeah, it's a great name, Linda Henry. I think it's a wonderful name. So it's obviously your dad's name, right, Henry? So so is there more? I know your dad loves music. Does he play, or is he just appreciative of music?
He in school was in the choir.
Oh, he's a singer.
He's a singer.
Nice, nice.
And I think that's where I got my interest in theater from. In junior high, I was in theater, and I sang too and danced, and that was really fun as well. And now I play in the musicals.
Wow, that's wonderful. Over at DP? Wonderful. See that. Well, I know they have that new art center over there at DP, right? So people everywhere, I'm not sure if everyone knows out there, but they have a beautiful art center, and they put on beautiful musicals at the art center there, and shows. So really look out for DP, folks, and if you want a night out, go to the DP High School and enjoy all the young people doing their art. And so how long do you have? Are you a senior now at
I'm
school?
a senior.
Wow, so this is your last year?
It is.
Wow, is that scary and exciting at the same time?
I've been enjoying it a lot. I've been joining a lot of different clubs this year. I'm in the mountain biking club, and it's just been really fun. I've been doing other things other than music as well, and it's been great.
It's kind of, that's what I hear everybody does. I know that both our kids, they both did that. They sort of worked like crazy, and then that last year they just sort of had fun.
Yeah,
and that's the way to do it, I guess, huh? So tell me, if there's any aspiring young people out there that are musically inclined or whatever, what would you tell them as far as when they're at high school? What would you say to them?
I would just say to get involved as much as possible, and to continue on, and don't get discouraged when you're practicing. That if you persevere, you'll just continue and be able to live your dreams. Wonderful.
Well, thank you so much for coming. And now we're going to have a lovely performance, because as I said, she plays the clarinet. And so Linda Henry is going to perform for us. So stay tuned on TVSB, Channel 17. This is Tutu saying bye-bye for now. And the name of this piece is?
Toi Marai.
There we go, Linda Henry, everybody. everybody. Well, thanks for coming to Tutu Time.
Tutu
It was
Time.
beautiful. Say goodbye to Linda Henry. Well, aloha. Yes, it's wonderful. You're still on Mini Woodstock Festival, and you might be asking, what is she doing in sunglasses and a lei? Well, ole. Aloha, everybody, because today's guest is very exciting to me. I don't know if everybody's heard of Aloha Spirit of Santa Barbara. You must have. They've been putting on festivals for about 4 or 5 years now. And yes, there's another one coming up in August. Well, I have a wonderful gentleman with me today who definitely is a celebrity. I mean, in the entertainment world, what do we need? Entrepreneurs, individual artists that go out there and help fundraise. Well, this gentleman, everybody in Santa Barbara probably knows. Yes, it's Drew Wakefield, everybody, and I'm sure you know of him. So welcome, Drew. It's very nice to see you, and I'm so happy because I want to find out all about your life. How did all this begin? How did you get into the entertainment world and fundraise like you do? Because everybody thinks you're wonderful and they have you emceeing everywhere. Let's hear all about you, and then we can also let people know about the Aloha Spirit.
Well, you're very kind, and thank you very much for those wonderful words. I'm just blessed that I was raised in such a way that I grew up on a platform. My grandfather was a pastor here in Santa Barbara for about 60 years, and from about the age of 4, he just taught me to get in front of people and speak from your heart, which is why I'm here today, because the Aloha Spirit Bash is a wonderful, incredible organization. I was looking to camera 3 for just a second and let the fine people of Santa Barbara, Goleta know. The Aloha Spirit Bash is an incredible, wonderful festival that we have in Santa Barbara each year, and the people that put that on are community-minded. They have gotten together and said, what can we do for the people of Santa Barbara? And as you know, there's a lot of people that are hurting. There's a lot of nonprofit organizations that do not have the funds to go out and really do what they want to do. So the Aloha Spirit Bash comes together each year, raises much needed money, and then turns around and every single dollar that is raised, they donate it right back to charity. Not a dime goes in their pocket. That's why I'm here and to talk to you and to let the fine people of our Santa Barbara, Goleta area know we need volunteers, we need help, and we need your assistance.
Hear that, everybody? So if you're sitting at home saying, what the heck can I do? Why don't you get involved with the Aloha Santa Barbara Spirit Bash and just have fun? And it is fun.
It's amazing.
I've been to it. I went to it a couple of years ago when I was in town. I was able to get there. Last year I missed, but I loved it. Had a ball.
Singers, dancers, they bring them in from all over California, and then also from the islands. We had some celebrities last year come all the way over from. Tony Fernandez came over, played the ukulele, brought his daughter, who was a teen idol and a star. She was amazing. But everybody gets to come out for the entire afternoon. It's gorgeous. It's in August, so it's always sunny. They bring their tents. We have amazing food, and there's beer and wine, which everybody always enjoys. But it's just a great, wonderful festival. And the Aloha Spirit Bash, again, with everything that's going on, is raising much-needed money for our charities in Santa Barbara.
That's true, and I know that one of them is the diabetes. I know that's one of them, and as you say, every single penny goes to it. So it's really worth going out to the festival, but mostly if you have, there's people that don't know what to do with themselves, and you hear people say, I'm so bored. I'm like, get out there and get busy. I mean, this man here, was so hard to get him to get this interview because he's so busy. You do so many things. Tell us a little bit about you, Drew.
Well, I'm blessed again because third generation here in Santa Barbara, so I do probably about 30 to maybe 40 charity events and business mixers at least a year. And one of the things that I said many, many years ago was simply this. I do not want to read in the newspaper or hear on KEYT News, on any news media, that something happened in my community and sit back and say, I wish somebody would do something about it. What I said to myself was, you know what, as long as I'm alive, I have breath, and I have a mind, I have energy and resources, I'm going to go out and be someone who does something about it. That's why I'm involved with so many charity events here in the community, and as most of the people in Santa Barbara, Goleta area know, and you know as well if you know who I am, sitting on your couch, I do not mind asking you to write a sizable check. Put another zero on there, put another comma on there, because we need it to give to these charities that are really underprivileged. Can you imagine these poor young children that die with cancer? How about the poor children that have diabetes? What about the people at night that go to bed that are hungry? We talk about the food bank and the food from the heart that they're going to be raising money for. What about some of these young people that are in organizations? They don't have the money for good basketball, sporting equipment, or anything else. Maybe the teachers that need more money for books and to educate our young people. So guess what? We that have the resources, we can write a check, we can give. And the great thing, again, I'm going to go back to the Aloha Spirit Bash, is simply this. Licensed 501c3, which means this. You can, in April, folks, you can write a check and send it to Washington or Sacramento. I wouldn't advise that. Here's what I would advise. Write a check to a licensed 501c3 like the Aloha Spirit Bash, and you get to write that off in your taxes as a tax-deductible donation. How easy is that? What would you rather do? Personally, me, I don't want to send a lot of money to Washington, Sacramento. I wanted to stay right here in our community.
Santa Barbara.
Doesn't that make sense?
It definitely does make sense. It really and truly does.
And then when you know that you're helping children with diabetes, when you're helping children and people that have cancer, what we need to do is we need to have the scientists, the physicists, and all the brainiacs of this world, I think that's the word, be in the laboratory and work to eradicate these deadly diseases. We as individuals who are entrepreneurs, who have jobs, who can write checks, who can go out and volunteer and raise awareness, that's what we do. I do not want the scientists and the doctors to be out on that day volunteering, selling raffle tickets. I want them in the laboratories, because that might be the day that they find the DNA or whatever they might find to be able to eradicate these deadly diseases. That's what we have to do. We have to send them back in, but to do that, they need to get paid. They need to have the money for the resources and all their tests. That's where we come in. We raise money, we raise awareness, we Facebook, we write, we talk about everything we're going to do in the community. And once again, there's going to be a day, one day, I don't know what day that is, what hour, what moment, what second, but cancer will be eradicated, diabetes will be eradicated, and hunger will be eradicated. And you know what? If we have something to do with ending all that, it'll be a good day for all of us.
Definitely. And I know that I agree. Personally, I would like the corporations to turn around and just write checks to everybody, because honestly, a lot of the problems that we have is because of the very, 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 very wealthy not thinking about the ordinary folk.
Well,
There's a lot that don't think about the ordinary
and
folk.
Ravel, here's the great thing. And if you are the very, 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 very wealthy, you know you love me because I love you, because you can write a sizable check, and you know that I don't mind asking them to write a check. That's a great thing. I just know, I'm going to come from a different perspective. I just know for those that have, you can give. For those that don't have, you can't give. So if you don't have a lot of money, you're sitting on your couch watching this, and you say, how can I help? I don't have a lot of money. Do you have the time, energy, and resources that you'll come out and you'll volunteer and you'll help? And if you're sitting on your couch saying, I don't have the time, but I have a checkbook, I have an investment account, you can write a check. Guess what? Let's bring everybody together. I'm not going to separate anybody. I need each and every one of you watching this afternoon on this great TV show, by the way, that you have, and thank you for doing that. Whether you're sitting on your couch, you're in your office, you're watching it on TV or on the internet, we need each and every one of you to get up physically, mentally, and do something to continue to help the Aloha Spirit Bash and all of the other nonprofits and charities in our community. Just because we're talking about this today, and you know I do about 30 plus, it might be another opportunity to speak to all these other organizations. But if people are doing something, they're all going to feel better about themselves, and we're all going to come together much like a community. That's what's also great about the Bash. People come from all walks of life, all skin colors, nationalities, speaking different languages. They come out, they listen to music, they dance, they sing, they have great food. It's a wonderful day to bring community together. And I'm going to put my glasses on for a second just to make sure I get the names right, because these are the people that really are the important ones. Danny and Ruben Torres, Manny Ayala, and Sonia Mitchum. 4, that's the core, folks. There's 4 people that put this on together. They work tirelessly. They work hour after hour, and they need our assistance. My name is Drew Wakefield. I've already passed them and said, yes, I'll do whatever I can. we need your help as well. Over $60,000 in just the last few years they've given to charity.
That's amazing.
60 grand, not a dime in their pocket, 60
No.
grand. They take money out of their
Pockets.
and they
And
do
their
things.
time.
August 23rd, and there's going to be for Food from the Heart. They're on Facebook. They're on the website, alohaspiritbash.org. Also Facebook. Everybody's on social media. Aloha Spirit Santa Barbara. In fact, that's how we met.
That's how we
Right?
met. That's exactly how we met.
You know what? You're so busy doing everything you do. You're on TV all the time. I'm at events, and we met on social media. Isn't that wonderful?
It's incredible. That's how I find entrepreneurs. There's so many, and I'm so excited that I found you because I know you do a lot for Santa Barbara, and I just know there's a lot of people out there that obviously love you if they can just write a check the way they do. And I think it's exciting because TVSB, as you know, folks, we sponsor it. Foreave Stars International sponsors TVSB. And we always make sure, we can't give a lot, but we make sure that everybody that comes on this program gets paid for their time. And what they do with that is up to you. But I know you'll probably give it to the Aloha Santa Barbara Bash.
It will be donated.
I'm sure.
And the great thing about our community is the people in our community love Santa Barbara, the most majestic
Yes, they
city
do.
in the
They
continental
do.
United States.
Yes, we do.
And when we come together, it doesn't matter. You know what? If you're at Dos Pueblos High School, San Marcos,
Did
or
you go
Santa
to Dos
Barbara,
Pueblos?
I'm a Santa Barbara Don, and once a Don, always a Don.
Once a Don, always a Don. That's true. My daughter went to both, actually. We
But you
moved
know,
out there.
within that, you bring the schools together, you bring the people together, you bring the community together for the purpose of what? To make everybody else better. You speak
Yes,
positivity
you're so right.
into their hearts and
Yes.
into their lives. You know what? Sometimes there's people that are downtrodden, and what do? You give them a hand up. Not always just a hand out, but a hand up.
Hand up.
You help them, you teach them, you encourage them, you point them in the right direction. And sometimes I've even told people you need a new compass because they're going 100 miles an hour, but they're going the wrong way. And sometimes you teach them, you turn them a little bit away, and all of a sudden now they're going to success land instead of failure land.
That's wonderful.
And within all of that, we just need to make our community as good and as perfect and as
safe.
best and safe
Safe.
as possible. And that's what a lot of these great
It is.
nonprofits do.
It is.
You mentioned a couple other nonprofits I get to work with in opportunities. So within that, we have the Santa Barbara Athletic Roundtable with all the great students,
what you do too,
young
isn't it?
young students. They're amazing. In fact, Santa Barbara Association of Realtors is doing a big golf tournament May 9th. All the proceeds is going to go to the Athletic Roundtable. All these great young student athletes, they need assistance. There you go. The Santa Barbara, the Goleta Lions Club, raise a lot of money. They donate. There's so many Special Olympics, so many opportunities out there
And
for
don't
people
forget
to
the
give and do.
schools.
And the schools, absolutely.
My daughter teaches, she's a coach at San Marcos
Mm-hmm.
for the band. She does the color guard. And those, the education departments don't give them anything anymore.
They
I
don't-
mean, it was hard enough when my kids went to school, our kids went to school, and we had to pay for
Right.
so much. And before that, it used to be once upon a time where the education gave them their instruments for that school year and all this. Not anymore. The poor parents. So the kids are out there doing fundraisers. So please, any fundraisers you see, donate.
I was blessed just a month ago. For 2 years in a row, I was able to help raise money. Soho Restaurant, shout out for Soho in Santa
Yay.
Barbara, for the Dos Pueblos High School Band and Music Department. So within that,
Oh my
was able to go, and we raised a lot of money. They had a silent auction and a live auction, and so we got a lot of people to write some important checks. Because as you well know, as a musician, if you are a young student and you work hard in music, it's a discipline, and it forces you
Yes.
to work harder and be a discipline. And somebody said years ago, Drew, you know what? Practice makes perfect. I said, that is a lie. That's not true. Perfect practice makes perfect. That's why musicians are so disciplined, because they know just because you run up a C scale, but you make a wrong note, you do it over and over, you'd be wrong all the time. But if you did it correctly, perfect practice makes perfect. And that's what musicians are learn, and especially in our schools when our poor kids need help, they need guitars, they need musical instruments. But within that, all that matters is we can each and every one, I'm just going to look in camera too for a second. Each and every one of you that's watching tonight, God bless you, thank you for watching. But it's simply this, we really do need your help and assistance, no matter what you can do. Whether it's for the Aloha Spirit Bash, it's Special Olympics, it's the Athletic Roundtable, it's the Goleta Lions, it's DP, it's Santa Barbara, it's San Marcos, it's the schools, whatever it might be. Purpose in your heart that you want to give, donate to these causes. In fact, I would even say something more. Don't even say you're going to give. Don't even say you're going to donate. Do this simple thing, and this is what I ask. Invest. Invest in your community and invest in the people that are around you. Invest in your neighborhood, invest in your schools, and when you do that, everything around us is going to be that much better.
Definitely, and also that's why we have this community television, everybody. So if you have any pennies left over after you've been giving to all these things that Drew just said, send some to TVSB, because I know Matt Schuster, the executive director, is constantly saying, hey, you know, please help your local community.
And if it wasn't for this TV channel,
17.
most people wouldn't even know the things that are going on in the community.
No.
Because if you're going to watch all, you know, the mainline TV,
Commercials.
you're not going to hear anything about Santa Barbara. You're not going to hear about the schools. You're going to hear about the nonprofits. That's why the local TV stations are so important. And shows like you that showcase wonderful people, you're being very kind to me, of course, but all the wonderful people and the nonprofits and things that are happening in our community, it is great for what you do, and thank you very much.
Well,
so
thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Really lovely to have met you, Drew, and I'm so glad that we met on Facebook. And aloha!
There you go.
Aloha, everybody. Who's next? Oh, it's the musician segment. So don't adjust your TV sets. Stay on TVSB, Channel 17, our Santa Barbara Community Television. Yeah, music session coming up. Thanks again, Drew.
Thank you.
It
Have a
was
great
great.
day.
You're
My pleasure.
welcome.
The TVSB Mini Woodstock Musician Segment.
What are you doing here,
New
Rick?
Orleans.
Rick's from New Orleans.
I'm from New
Yeah,
Orleans.
New Orleans.
And you are at the TVSB Mini Woodstock Musician Segment.
The musician segment. Yes, yeah, cheers. And it's quite exciting, actually. We have an audience out there of one, which is amazing. We have Rick Blunt from New Orleans. Yeah, you may have just seen him. Anyway, Rick, we say welcome to Santa Barbara. Hope the New Orleans guy has a fun time here. But tonight isn't about Rick Blunt. No, it's about a superstar around this area. And if you've been around here for very long, like 2 minutes, you've probably seen this guy promenading up and down Santa Barbara State Street. Yes, he gives his talent freely. If you put some money in the jar, he's very appreciative and a happy camper. Yes, yes, yes. This is all about Rich Stranger. Gracious me, welcome. And I found him on Facebook through Kathy Maria. Very excited to be talking to Rich Stranger. And we're going to find out about Rich. First of all, besides being a musician extraordinaire, you also obviously were born somewhere and had a mum and dad and everything else. So give us a little bit about your background.
I was born in Cleveland, Ohio, and basically raised between there and New York City. And one of the nice things about being raised in Cleveland, Ohio, was that along with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, that I was exposed to a multitude of music genres, and as from my youth until the present time. We had a radio station in Canada that operated with CKLW, so there was all the Motown. Then you'd have the music stations from the South come up, so you have the country western and the blues.
Wow.
And one of the conductors, Lauren Moselle, was a friend of Leonard Bernstein, so they operated the youth music movement, where they would open the Severance Halls and perform classical.
Lovely.
Oh yeah! So every year, all the schools in the area would be taken to the Severance Hall, and they would be allowed to listen to the Cleveland Orchestra.
Nice.
Oh yeah, you couldn't beat that.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, one of the nice things I've been able to do is share my music and share my art with
Santa
people,
Barbarans.
yeah, in Santa Barbara, and all the multitudes of travelers and fellow tourists, fellow appreciators that come through, just like with Ricky, being from New Orleans, being from Britain, German tourists, and tourists from anywhere. The music is a universal
Oh, it is. I know. I used to, when I was traveling across Southeast Asia and Asia with Henry, when we got to India, it was such an unusual thing for people, Indian, people, actually men, to see a Western woman dancing. But I was a performer in their nokita, sitar, the Indian instrument. So it was always exciting on the streets. And people were hanging out, and all the women hang out of the windows. But I used to get up there and I'd dance, and I didn't even have any idea that it wasn't, they didn't do that. They didn't dance with the men that way, and I just danced. I had such a good time, but they loved it. They loved it. And it's like you know, it's like you travel from one place to another, but you got to take your art with you. And you just found the nicest place to stay. I performed in Malibu on the beach.
Wow.
You know, I was with a company there called LA Connection, and we did, you know, improvisational stuff. And I did that way back in the 80s. It's really wonderful. It's really fun. It's really wonderful. It's great, you know. And I really, you know, I think it's great. I think people should do what they should do.
One would hope there's more.
Like what? What, more money or more what?
Well, just like you just mentioned and everything else, freeing yourself up. But one of the things that I would really like to do, and that I don't get a chance, and maybe I can share it on your show, is to perform nude.
Oh no, you can't nude. You can't. Don't you get undressed in front of me here? Is this April Fool? Fucking hell! Don't you get undressed on my mini Woodstock? This was April Fool, right?
I just want to thank Daniel and Ravel here, and all the people that have appeared on the show. And you know, one of the wonderful things about Santa Barbara is that we have the cable access, and that people use it, and that it's just not all the same kind of talking head routine, and that you try to bring a little joy and a little appreciation and a little bit of freedom into, and that's, you know, I don't think most people appreciate it. Just like when I'm busking on the streets, I don't want to be known just as a street performer, but let's not ever forget that Bob Dylan busked on the street.
Richard, it's lovely. I'm so happy that you came.
Thank you.
I really am happy you came.
It's a pleasure.
Now we're going to have a jam.
And thanks to Kathy Murillo, City Councilman extraordinary person.
Yeah, so cheers. Looking
Not
forward to the
alcoholic.
jam.
'cause I believe I'm singing.
Well, we brought State Street to us, folks. Yes, we did. You're watching the Mini Woodstock Festival with Rich Stranger. Make sure you, next time you see him,
look up, Rick
say
Stranger.
hi.
Drop in 100.
Yeah, next time you see him, put money in the pot. Good job.
Thank you again.
You're welcome. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. We had a blast.
Some definitely good tunes.
Okay.
I like when I go.
Call the